world that has increasingly given us the opportunity to select isolation. We order off Amazon so we don't have to go into a store and actually interact with people as we purchase things. Or we have an easy pass in our car so we can just drive through a toll and not have to stop and interact with anybody in that process. Yet, now that we're being put in a situation that requires us to be a little bit more isolated, a lot of people's anxieties are going through the roof. A lot of people are feeling a lot of stress around what that looks like and what that means. Especially people, me included, who have a high preference for extroversion. That they get a lot of energy from interacting with people on a daily basis, and the lack of that interaction is giving them some nervousness about what that means for who they are, for their energy level, and for their productivity. So there's a couple of things that I want to talk about in terms of that extroverted preference and how we can navigate through it during this virtual environment that we're stepping into. The first thing, and probably the most important thing, is to recognize that extroverted preference, although we tend to talk about it in terms of people and the desire for human interaction, it doesn't limit us to just people. There are other ways for us to fill our extroverted bucket and get that energy. And it's not just through that human connection. And so I think that sometimes we have the opportunity to increase our creativity on what that looks like, because all it means when we have that extroverted preference is that that external stimuli helps us and supports our energy levels. The second thing that I think is also incredibly important is to recognize that extroverted preference, it's just that, it's a preference. We don't need it. We like it. We feel most comfortable with it, but that doesn't mean it's the only way we can go. There's the other side of the preference, right? So that introverted preference side, there are some key things that we can start to do that allow us to flex that muscle that we don't naturally exhibit on a day-to-day basis, because if we've got that extroverted preference, we lean and default towards those extroverted styles. So this gives us an opportunity in this space of ambiguity. This gives us the opportunity to practice flexing that more introverted muscle. It gives us an opportunity to develop some of those skill sets, some of those reflective, internal processing before externally communicating skills that could benefit us as we continue on. So, if you've got that extroverted preference and you're feeling any of that anxiety for the lack of human connection that you have, I hear you and I get it, but don't let that stop you from leveraging yourself during this time. Don't let that stop you from, one, connecting with people, because there are great ways to do it, but don't let that stop you from being creative and thinking about other ways that you can interact, other ways that you can get that external stimulation. We're going to post a blog. It's going to have some ideas around what you can do that will fill that bucket, and what you can do that may help you flex that other muscle that you're not as practiced with. So good luck. Connect. We're happy. We're here to support you through this, and thank you.